What up? I just saw something real quick on Twitter last night. Lena the Plug, her husband, who she does porn with, Adam22, and Andrew Tate were all guests on Aiden Ross's Kick live stream. And they were, I guess, Adam22 and Lena the Plug were talking about the porn videos they do together, and using vulgar language, I guess, to describe the male and female genitalia. And Andrew Tate wasn't having it. He cut it. He was like, wait a minute, I'm not cool with all this talking about the D and the P and all that stuff, and y'all married. I feel like he said that he feels like marriage and being in love is like deeper and more sacred than just casual sex. So he didn't like the way that they were talking about their sexual lifestyle openly, being that they're supposed to be in love and being married. And he said, yeah, and he was talking about how sex should only be for love. And that kind of is going viral, how he kind of flipped the script on them, or, start telling them off. And then I went to think, and I thought to myself, okay, should we judge people? Should we judge couples who have sex for money, or who have sex on public platforms like OnlyFans or Pornhub or something like that? Like, and then on top of that, should sex really only be for love? Is it immoral? Are you a bad person if you have sex with somebody that you don't love? That's kind of where I was looking at it. And I think that's a deep subject. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I could say my preference is for sex to be for love, but then I also understand that there's the biological aspect of sex, which can make you just need to have a release, because the body can get filled up with a lot of stress. Men, the longer we don't have sex, the more our testosterone levels go up, and therefore the more we want sex, right? With the rise of testosterone levels in the man, you also get the rise of his sexual drive. So the more he doesn't want to have sex, the more his testosterone goes up, therefore the more he wants it. And I think instead of forcing a person, or at least a guy, I'm not a woman, so I can't speak for women, instead of forcing the guy to only have sex when he's in love, if it's not taboo for him to have sex outside of love, his body can release that tension, release that testosterone, and therefore he won't go out and do something stupid. Because I think most people on the planet are against molestation, rape, stuff like that, right? So, sexual assault. And I think if the sex drive and the testosterone levels have been released, and guys aren't out there fiending for it, or even women who take advantage of younger boys, when you release that sexual tension, maybe it helps avoid a lot of sexual crimes. So I can't be mad at people who have sex outside of love, even though I see where Andrew Tate is going. In the best case scenario, you love somebody, your sexual exploits should be private, and you should be having sex in a meaningful way. But the world isn't that peachy keen. It isn't that perfect. It isn't that ideal. So I feel Andrew Tate, I'm glad he has standards and morals, but at the same time, we don't know. He probably going to the rubber dub tug massage joint right after the stream. We don't know. But releasing sexual hormones and endorphins, there's a science behind that, biological science, that our body has to adhere to, that's outside of the philosophical, metaphysical, emotional, aspects of, oh, I love you, let's have sex and make it mean something. Like that in a perfect world makes sense. But at the same time, we're still mammals, right? I think we're mammals. We're still humans, and our body is a machine, and it needs certain things to operate. So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I'm just posing that question. Should it be, should this be a world where you're only allowed to have sex with people you're in love with or you deeply care about? Or is casual sex, is there a place in this world for casual sex? I really want to know what people think about that. But yeah, I'm out. Let me know what y'all think.